Hari Om to all the divine Atma Jyotis. Let us continue our Aparoksha Anubhuti contemplation. Aparoksha Anubhuti is a masterpiece by the master Shankaracharya ji. So we have been contemplating Aparoksha Anubhuti based on the talks by Sri Prabhu ji. Prabhu ji has given only about 7 talks. Each is about 1.5 hours or so. However, when we have broken that into questions for each of the day, we have found that each of the let's say 1 hour talk itself has lot of depth for us to cover over 5, 6, 7 sessions, right? Because the number of questions and how we each deep dive into that question, each thing is helping us go deeper. So that's what we've been doing. And on the day 2, so far, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, Saravanji, Arjunji, Shilpakalaji, and Deepaji have given the answer to all the first 5 questions that you're seeing here. In our last session, Rupaji gave her views to the first 3 questions, and I'm assuming that today she will continue from the 4th question onwards.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, fourth question is how to arrive at the light of the light understanding from an outside object. This light of the light is the light of the self that we all have in ourselves, which we call consciousness or the Sakshi. See, here the objects are anything other than the self, and when we look at anything, any outside object, it is our eyes which will be physical eyes which will be looking at it, and but that those physical eyes need the mind to understand what is being looked at, and then it is not just the mind that is understanding or what is that is understanding what it is looking at. It is the consciousness or the witness that will be watching everything what it looks at. So
yeah, this is correct. Can you focus on the part of the question which is asking, how do you arrive at this clarity? What you said is correct. How do you arrive at this? How do you tell somebody that it is the light of the self that is actually the seer? How do you come to that clarity from your own experience of life?
Yeah, here I think the example of the dark room which Guruji gives explains this better. When one is in the dark room, even though he doesn't have he cannot see through his eyes, he knows that he is there, and it is only because of the witness that is there in him that he can say he is there.
So the dark room experiment you're saying is a way to understand that this must be the most fundamental seer.
Yes, sir.
Because see, when you start looking at who is seeing, because first of all you have to you see that it's your eyes. That is the first level answer that comes.
Yes, sir.
But how is it possible to negate that? If somebody is stuck thinking that, okay, isn't it the eyes? Without the eyes, I cannot see. How do you answer?
Sir, blind people also do have eyes, but the physical eyes, but they don't have the power of sight. And these eyes are powered by Surya Devata, and this is what they lack.
True, but the question is, if somebody says, not a blind person, let's say somebody who has eyes, see, it is my eyes that is seeing. Look, I'm looking everywhere. My ears hear, my eyes see.
Mm.
Is the question clear, Rupaji?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Huh.
Do we see the objects in the world? The mind is the one which understands whatever it is seeing.
Yeah. So the question is, someone is, I'm saying to you, okay, Rupaji, it is my eyes that I am using to see. Isn't it the eye that where I see? Through your explanation, you told me it is the light of the self that is seeing. But now I'm saying it's my eyes. It's my ears that hear.
I don't know the answer for this, sir.
Okay. Anyone likes to help Rupaji here or share your viewpoint? If I ask you, isn't it my eyes that is seeing? What is
So AVSC is
yeah.
Deepaji, go ahead. I'll come back.
Yeah, Deepa.
But in the dark room, even the eyes can't see, isn't it, sir? But we know that we are there. It is a light of awareness which tells us that I am there.
True. So you are saying that, to know that I am there, I don't need external light. But
No.
To see an
The light of the self itself is the light through which we know that we are there.
correct. So to know that I am there, it is self-aware. So that is what you are proving by the darkroom experiment.
Yeah.
Darkroom experiment proves me that I don't need any other light to know about myself, to see
Yes.
myself.
Yes, sir.
The question now is, I am, it's my eyes that is seeing this book, this mobile, this laptop, this entire thing that is in front of me. And you are saying it is light of awareness that is seeing. Is the distinction between the question clear, Deepaji?
No, sir.
Through the darkroom experiment, you are proving to me that to know about me, to say that I exist, I don't need any other light. Okay,
Yeah.
I accept that point. I accept. Oh yeah, I know that I exist without external light.
Yes.
And that makes me aware that so-called I doesn't require any external light to become aware of itself.
Yes.
To become aware of myself, I don't need external light. Great.
Yeah.
But now we are talking about a thing. We are seeing a thing. Mobile, book, whatever. And I am saying that, look, it is through my eyes that I'm seeing. It's my eyes that is seeing.
When we are asleep, we are not aware of what is going on. Then we can't see, even if the eyes are working, we can't see anything when that light isn't there. But
Okay,
still,
so
we
when
know
you're
that
asleep,
yeah.
the eyes are shut. Okay, so and what is the point you are making?
Yeah, eyes are shut, but we still know after we wake up, we'll come. If anyone questions, were you there when you were asleep? I would say yes, I was there.
Yeah, but right now the question is not about you. The question is about, see, why are we discussing this question? Who is the real seer? Okay, so when that question is asked, your answer, first of all, helping to become aware of who is the real seer is helpful. But now the very first question is, I'm stuck thinking that, it's my eyes that is seeing. How can I see without my eyes?
No, sir, I don't know the answer.
Saranaji, what is that you want?
Yeah. So the way I wanted to bring up is, for everything there is a instrument and there is a one operating the instrument. Okay. So take the case of writing. It's happening through a pen. So when you look at that, do you say that the pen is writing? Or someone is operating through that pen to do the writing? The same way, I see it is, the eyes are the instrument which capture that image, and the instrument just feeds what is there, and it is the processor that is deciding what to make out of, and which is why if you put 10 different people in the same place, okay, in a marketplace, if you go and put and ask them what do you see, you get different answers depending on what is their mindset, how colored their mind is, and like what they get attracted, what they get pushed away, which is what shows up for them. The eyes are just it's like the camera just captures it, but it is the one, like we say that, I like this picture, I don't like this picture. Camera has nothing to do with it. And another example I want to give is where when it comes to Arjuna and others, they were asked to shoot, and the teacher asks, what do you see? Everyone says that, yeah, I see the tree, I see that there is a bird and all those things. And Arjuna says, I see the eye. Okay, so it is beyond the instrument, what you make out of the image that is projected. So that's how I would say that these are the instrument, but the what you make out of that is beyond that instrument.
Okay.
The instrument itself
how do you
does
prove,
not have that.
how do you prove that it is not the eye which is seeing? I'm telling you, look, it is my eyes which is seeing.
But there is, I am operating the eyes. There is a
I agree that, I am also there. I am the one who is telling, okay, what I'm seeing is a book, what I'm seeing is a pen. That's all correct.
After death, even though the eyes are there, it's of no use, isn't it, sir? The eyes can't see after death. So that is a light of the self that was lighting everything. I mean, lighting the light everywhere.
The one that is powering the instrument. Yeah.
So when I look at a dead body, the instrument is still there.
Instrument is there.
But the whole seeing is not happening.
Yeah.
The operator is missing. Yeah.
So something is missing. At least that much can be deduced very clearly.
Yes.
So how do you?
And that's why we are even able to transplant the eyes. That the instrument is good. So we are, as we see here, right? The eyes are donated to someone. So instrument is given. So that the other operator, the seer, can use that instrument.
So the foundation of the seeing must be, therefore, is not in the physical eye. That much we can very clearly deduce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this okay, Rupaji? Is this okay to accept this way of looking at it?
Yes, sir.
Can you then say, if I ask you, how do you say that the eyes, I'm seeing through the eyes? Is the eyes that is enabling me to see.
I just want to add more. And also, if you look at these, the senses, the 5 instruments we got, if they have their own ability to do, then like the 5 different arthas will be going in 5 different directions. The eyes are seeing and like they're going they're pulling the body. The ears are hearing something and like they start taking action. And every instrument, or if it has its own life, if it starts taking action, there is no one. There will be no existence of one.
Right.
It will be an interesting scenario.
It becomes a disintegrated mess.
Yes.
Yeah. Rupaji, can you summarize it?
Sir, the eyes we have are just the physical instruments. But it is the light of the self that that is the one who is the actual seer.
Correct. And what is your summary for when I asked the question, how do you prove that it is not my eyes which is seeing? See, in Vedanta, we use our day-to-day experience, which is very commonplace experience. We are not using anything extraordinary. we are not talking about any experience that is outside our day-to-day realm. Through the day-to-day experience only, we are able to realize, we are able to understand the truth only by asking the right questions and looking at it through the Vedantic logic. So that's why Vedanta can be discussed without any kind of inhibition. As a particular example, if I say I did some kriya and suddenly light bulbs blew up inside me, I started seeing yellow color, red color, blue color. I was floating in a sea of breeze, so on and so forth. I explained. Now you also do the same kriya. Now you don't have that experience. Then it's like, oh, you and I cannot agree. Whereas Vedanta uses simple, commonplace, day-to-day experiences that you and I and all others have, and using that, it is helping us to understand the reality. So therefore, for Vedanta-based way of understanding, we don't have to really worry too much. The question is very simple. How do you prove that it is the eyes which is not seeing? Are you there, Rupaji?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay.
Sir, I'm not able to answer this question, sir.
Okay. Can you recall the last bit of conversation that happened with the Deepaji? How did she say that?
Yeah, she first talked about the dark room,
Hmm.
which I also did. Then she spoke about the dead person who is dead, and it is only the Sakshi which was powering him to look at the objects.
What is the relevance of the dead person example to prove this? Prove the answer to the question. Is there a relevance of the dead person?
Yes, sir.
What is the relevance?
Once the person is dead, the Sukshma Sharira leaves the body, physical body, and that Sakshi won't be there in him.
Correct.
He will have his physical eyes. The dead body will have the physical eyes, but there is no Sakshi which was powering him to see everything. So we can say that it is the Sakshi which was the light of the light through which it was able to see the objects of the world.
There you have your answer.
Yes, sir.
To a beginner, it can be simply, look, if the eyes were seeing, then a dead person should be able to see. So something else is there. Whether we want to call it as light of the light, Atma Jyoti, Sakshi, that's all coming next. But the question that I'm raising is, how do you prove that eyes is not seeing? Eyes were seeing, dead person should be seeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now you can trace the similar hearing thing or smelling thing, correct? Though we
Yes.
took the example of seeing,
Hmm.
you can now trace the same thing to all the five senses.
Yeah.
Because most often we see and we interpret and we stop there. But the Vedanta is prompting the next level question. Great, you saw, you smelled, you heard, but who is the one who's seeing? That's the fundamental question.
Hmm.
So Vedanta is all about asking most fundamental questions of life. All right. So if you feel okay, then you can move on to next question. Or if anybody else has any other point on the fourth.
Yeah, just another way to answer is like if the response is like I am seeing, when the question is like how are you seeing? I'm seeing with my eyes. So that itself right there it says that okay, so which means like you and the eyes are different. They are not the same. You are seeing with your eyes. So right there the eyes become separate from you. So
Once when that viveka has come into them. See, for
yeah,
example,
okay,
when do you see the very first thing that if I'm seeing something, I and what I'm seeing must be different.
correct.
That clarity has to be there. When that clarity is there, then your logic works well.
Mm.
So I'm seeing my eyes also. Then how can the eyes be seeing? Right? This can be understood only when the clarity that when I'm seeing something, the seer and what I'm seeing cannot be the same.
Same.
Seeing the cloth, so I cannot be the cloth. When this logic has gone in and it has been assimilated, then this way of answering will definitely work.
Mm.
So that is where the particular examples we take and the particular logic we apply has to be based on the mindset of the questioner.
Okay.
So what are they? What is their current, let's say, level? Level in the sense, again, it is not in terms of differentiation, but in terms of what background with which they are coming. Because that is a color through which they are viewing the world.
Yeah.
So therefore, you, so in the Vedanti and the Purva Pakshi, right? So the Vedanti, has to therefore grasp the Purva Pakshi's viewpoint.
Okay.
If that question is coming, it's actually very simple. If a question is coming, typically when anybody asks a question, there is a let me test. So, for example, to test your knowledge in math, Ramanji, what is 1 plus 2? And I'm expecting 3 in my mind. If you say 5, I will, hey, wrong, you don't know, man. Okay, one is to ask a question to know right and wrong. Okay, so I'm an evaluator. Another is like Arjuna. Arjuna was also asking question, but not to evaluate Krishna. Arjuna's questions were coming because of the ignorance, which he himself could not unearth, which he himself could not see, because the mirror wasn't in front of him. So that is the the maza, or the mystery of this conversation between the Vedanti and the Purvapakshi. So the Vedanti has to look at what is the underlying assumption which is making the Purvapakshi ask that question. So the question may be, but it's my eyes that is seeing. What is the underlying assumption? What is the underlying assumption?
Eyes are seeing.
My eyes are seeing, which means that my eyes have the ability to see. So there is a power of cognition, or the power of consciousness attributed to eye. That is a fundamental assumption.
Yeah.
So what is the source of the consciousness is not yet discriminated. So therefore, because the power of consciousness is through this entire instrument, in that light, everything appears to be conscious. The brain, the eye, the nerves. So then, as you logically start seeing, oh, is it the tip of the eye that is seeing? Is it the cornea that is seeing? Is it the optical nerve that is seeing? What is seeing?
Yeah.
That discrimination hasn't yet happened. So the assumption is my nature is not yet identified. So I am falsely attributing my nature to something else. I'm superimposing where there is no consciousness, jada. I'm superimposing consciousness on a jada. That is the fundamental assumption when that question is raised. So, will you address that fundamental, will you remove that fundamental assumption? How do you help? So first you have to catch their so-called lie, or help them open up. If eyes were seeing, dead body should be seeing. So now Arjuna goes into thinking. Correct. If eyes were seeing, dead body should be seeing. Oh, then there must be something else seeing. So this is the beauty of the vichara in Vedanta. The Vedanti and the Purvapakshi are there not to prove, but to uncover. So therefore, in all the Vedantic questions that are appearing in front of you, the assumption, the conditioning is the one which is blocking the questioner from seeing the reality. So therefore, you put a pin to the assumption. Is this making sense?
Without the mind processing it, there is no seeing at all. And any image, it falls on the mind, it evokes an emotion. Like for the same scene, people react in different ways. So that means without the processor of that image, there is nothing. There is no seeing at all. There is no seeing at all. I still feel a camera is useless unless I can process the image out of it. Otherwise,
so through this very process, one is you can become aware that the physical instrument cannot see, and interpretation is through the color in the mind, and the real seer is me, the Atma Jyoti.
Yeah.
And because of the color of the instrument, I see it in a certain way.
In a certain way. Mm.
So through this very process itself, I can distinguish all of this.
Mm.
So therefore, as a Vedanti, what are you helping the Purva Pakshi to see is up to you.
Mm.
So you can help them discriminate all that.
Mm.
There's a conditioning that is blocking or in other way interpreting, and the I is completely jada, and the real seer, the consciousness, is who I must be. Because even when the physical I is not operating, I seem to exist quite happily.
Yes.
Great. Rupaji?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Next question, sir.
Yeah, either if you have something to say or ask about the previous topic, you can do so. Otherwise, you can move on to the next question.
Okay. Next one is distinguish between material cause and intelligent cause. Material cause is the cause in which the material cause is the material that is used for used in creating something, and intelligent cause is the one who creates.
Mm.
If we take the example of pot and potter, the clay that is used to make the pot is the material
Okay.
cause, and the intelligent cause is the knowledge of that potter
Okay.
who is making the pot. And distinguish between these means
There are sub questions, that's why. If you see there,
See,
this
we-
question 5 has been broken up into small 5 sub questions. So you can use them as your kind of guiding poles.
okay. Explain the creator creation using the above causes. So here the creator is the potter,
Mhm.
and the creation is the pot that he is making.
Mm.
Um,
When it comes to so-called creation or the world,
Hmm.
is this example correctly explaining the creation? So in the example of the potter,
Hmm.
potter used the clay, made the pot. Now at the end of the whole process, potter, clay, pot, and some of the clay has been now gone. Some of the clay has now gone into pot. So the amount of clay has reduced. The pot has come up. So now there are 3: potter, clay, and pot. Correct?
Yes, sir.
That's in the example, based on the example. Is that the case with creation? Creator, whatever material he used for creation, and creation or the world.
Hmm. Yes, sir. In Tattvavada, we have come across Jiva, Jagat, and Ishvara. So here the Ishvara is the creator, and Jagat is the creation. Um, Jagat is the creation. Jagat and Jiva are the creation that he has created.
And the material?
Material is actually the thought, because all this creation is in one's mind only.
In the potter case, Paji, the potter was different from clay. The creator was different from the material cause.
Yeah.
How is it in the Jagat Ishvara?
Yeah, sorry. I can't take this as the example here.
Excellent. So what example you may take?
I can take the example of, no, not it. Yes, sir. The potter is different than the clay, and whatever he is making is also different. Using his intelligent cause and the materials he has, he's making the pot.
Correct.
Which is the outcome.
Which is the outcome, right?
Yes.
And at the end of that outcome, the potter, you can point at the potter and say, he is the potter who, using this clay, made this pot.
Yes, sir.
Would that be a good example or analogy to talk about the Jiva and Jagat?
No, sir.
Okay, so then I'll prompt two questions. What would be an alternate example or alternate examples you will take, and why?
We can take the example of anything, like when I'm cooking, my knowledge of cooking is the intelligent cause, and the materials that I am using to cook food is the material cause.
But at the end of it, whatever you have cooked, and you, the cook, the one who made, the chef, remain separate. The chef is separate from the items that she has prepared.
Sir, can you please tell the question once again, sir?
Okay. The question is, by using the example of the potter, clay, and the pot, you have been able to distinguish material cause and intelligent cause. Good example for identifying what is material cause, what is intelligent cause. Now we are on the third question. Creation, creator, creation. Jagat and Ishvara. That is what we are now examining, correct? For Jagat and Ishvara, if we take the example of potter, clay, and pot, Ishvara is the potter, Jagat is the pot, then where is the material for Ishvara? Then we must be able to see Ishvara somewhere else, right? Because in that example, the potter and the pot and the clay, they all can be distinct from each other.
Mm.
Is the question clarified?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
In this case, we can't differentiate. We cannot say that the creator is different from creation, sir. Whereas
How do you say that? How do you say that?
because it is like the example of wave and water, wave, water, and ocean, in which the water is not different from wave and ocean, but ocean or a wave. Sorry.
Correct. You're right. Ocean or wave is nothing but water.
Yes, but water is not wave.
Water is not wave. So water is something that is definitely the one on which ocean is appearing and wave is appearing.
So it is not different than both.
So there is no three: wave, ocean, and water. There is no three.
Yes, sir. Water is both wave and ocean.
Correct. So no dispute there. But the creator and the creation, how will you remove that? How will you address that question? Is there a creator and creation? This is one of the most fundamental conditioning, no? God and me, right? God is that Sarvashakta, Sarvantaryami, Sarvagna, and I am just a little being in some corner of the world. So therefore there is God and me. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Ocean is like the creator, and wave and water are the creation.
Yeah. Anyone else likes to take this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Deepaji.
Even in Potter's case, the material cause and the intelligent cause are the same. Because
how do you say that?
Because Ishvara himself became many, and so we are the Ishvaras. I mean Brahman. So, and the material also has to come from him. So in both the cases, the creator and creation, the material cause and the intelligent cause, they are the same.
See, to explain this, is the example that you've taken correct?
Yeah.
Is it correct? Would you be able to explain what you are explaining using the pot example?
We can even take the example of a dream, sir.
So again, let me prompt the question. Is the potter clay pot example right example?
Yes, sir.
Is it the right example to explain that the creator himself has become the creation?
No,
Because,
no.
if you say that, look, the potter only has become the pot, does it even make sense in that example?
Yeah, sir.
How?
Because everything is Brahman itself.
That's okay. That's a separate thing. But I'm asking you, using that example, how do you jump to this clarity? See, in that example, outcome is 3 things are remaining. Is it not?
Only the forms are different.
But how do you jump to this conclusion? Using that example, can you jump to this conclusion is the question.
No. Logically, we can.
Now, even logically, apply that example to help them to jump to this conclusion. How will they'll end up seeing 3 things remain at the end of the process. That example is very good to explain what is material cause and what is intelligent cause. But to say that the creator and the creation is one, is that a relevant example?
No, sir. It's not a relevant example.
Yeah, we have another example.
Sir, material also has to come from him.
So what example would you pick to demonstrate that?
A dream example.
Okay, dream example. Okay, explain. Yeah, go on and explain.
We may see different things in the dream or different people in the dream. The material that I get to create the dream is my mind. So, and the knowledge that I have that this is the forest, these are the animals like elephant, tiger, and all. So that is nothing but the seed for me to create the dream. This knowledge that I have is in the waker's mind, and that is being projected in the dream state. So the mind itself is the intelligent cause here.
Is it?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the mind itself can't do it. It is supported by the consciousness, which is actually projecting both as the intelligent cause and the material cause.
So using the Prabhuji is here. I'll AVSC. This is our AVSC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll just remove this.
Hari Om Prabhuji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Prabhuji. Hari Om, sir. Hari Om Prabhuji.
Please sit, Prabhuji.
It's okay. Please go.
So what we are doing, Prabhuji, is we have taken the Aparoksha Anubhuti and day by day you have given the talk, no?
Right.
We've broken that into questions.
Okay.
And each one of us share.
Okay.
Yeah. So today, the question is about
Creation.
So the material and the intelligent cause, distinguish between them using these 5 sub-questions.
Right.
And right now, material cause and intelligent cause has been distinguished using the pot example.
Right.
So now, creator creation can be explained using the same example. That is where we are. Okay, right now. Yeah, go ahead, Deepaji.
The mind that is supported by the consciousness of the waker's mind projects as both the intelligent and material cause.
But Deepaji, one thing there is like in the dream, we cannot make what we want, right? For you, it just, the dream happens. But here with the intelligent cause, the potter is making what he wants.
But even in the potter's case, Ishvara has provided the materials to us, and we ourselves are Brahmans. So both are same in even that case.
So Deepaji, the question is that a relevant example to prove or to come to the conclusion that the creation and the creator are one? Through that example, can we come to that clarity?
No, not completely.
Yeah.
But partly it is so.
How?
As I said, the material has come from Ishvara, and the intelligent cause is the Ishvara itself, because we are Brahmans.
No, when you say we are Brahmans, okay, see, there, using that example, at the end of that example, three things are remaining. In the case of the creation and the creator, how will you help the Siddha, the Purva Pakshi jump to that conclusion?
No, we can't explain in that sense, sir, but I felt they are the same, even in the potter's case.
See, you because of your Tattva Bodha and Aparoksha Anubhuti, you are saying that. But now, help me see this step by step.
It is difficult to explain in that way, sir.
So what example would you pick then?
Will this be not feasible? I mean, the dream example. Yeah.
Explain please through the dream example.
The baker's mind actually has created the dream, and the materials for the dream are the knowledge that the baker's mind has accumulated, because of which it creates the dream. And the mind is supported by the consciousness of the baker's mind, and it is projecting as both the intelligent and the material cause. So the mind that is supported by the consciousness is the intelligent cause.
Conscious, maybe subconscious mind.
And where the material for all that dream characters must be coming from?
From the waker's mind itself.
Yeah, the dreamer only made it.
Is there any other example in the waking world through which you can also bring this clarity?
Deepaji, we have that spider.
No, sir. No, sir, Ravananji. I don't have any other example.
Yeah, go ahead, Saranji.
Yeah, so in the case of spider, Deepaji, the spider spins the web. Okay, the web is what the outcome, and the spider is the intelligent cause. And where is the material for that spider, for the web? It came from the spider itself.
Yes.
Right? So that is the example we have used for this Jagat creation, where the Brahman and the Jagat, they are not different. The material cause for the Jagat itself came from Brahman only.
So let us take one example from our own life. Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
I'll take this mobile phone. Okay. So is mobile phone different from me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Obviously, mobile phone is different from me, from the
Yes.
body, right?
Yeah.
So really what I'm seeing, light from the mobile phone is going into my eyes. It's going into my brain. It's going into my consciousness, right?
Yes.
So now I want to cut the mobile phone. I want to say this is where mobile phone ends. So where do I end? If I remove the light, mobile phone is not there. If I cut the brain, there's no mobile phone. Is it not a single entity which is appearing as many things?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
You got it?
Yeah.
So will you be able to say mobile phone ends here itself? Here mobile phone is this much only. Then light is also mobile phone. So if I cut the light, mobile phone is not there. And if I cut my brain signal, mobile phone is not there. So it is not a single entire one thing is one thing which you are giving by different names.
Yes, sir.
So can I separate from my consciousness, mind, light, and physical object called mobile phone?
Yeah.
Question?
Yes.
Can we separate out anything from the consciousness in the experience
No,
world?
no. No, sir.
No.
So then where is the creator and creation?
Within me.
There is one reality, right? We
Yeah.
give different names and get confused. That's a different thing.
Yes.
But reality is the mobile phone doesn't stop here itself. It is the light. It is the image in my eyes. It is the signal in my brain. It is the mind and it's the consciousness. It's one entity.
Yes, sir.
So we cannot draw a line and say this is where mobile phone ends. In reality, we cannot draw a line and say this is where the world ends and this is where I am.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more example, one simple example. Okay, take your left hand and do your finger like this. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now with your right hand, with your index finger, show me where your finger begins and where your finger ends. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Where is it? We say the finger begins here and ends here. Correct?
Yeah.
So now let me ask you. So to move a finger like this, you need some blood flow.
Yes, sir.
Is the blood also a part of finger?
Repeat, sir. Is the blood?
To move the finger like this, blood flow is required. Blood is required, right?
Yeah.
So is blood flow also is a part of the finger?
Yeah.
So where does the blood flow start? In the heart.
Yes.
So where is your finger now?
Pointing to the heart.
From here to here is the finger, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now let me ask the next question. To heart to function, brain has to function.
Yeah.
So where is your finger now? From here to?
It pervades everywhere.
Okay, now for brain to function, you need oxygen, air.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where is your air coming from?
Lungs.
Lungs. Where lungs are getting air from?
Nose.
Nose. Where nose is getting air from?
From the environment.
Environment. So where is your finger now? So show me with your right hand, you have to show me where is your finger now.
There around.
Okay. Environment is possible. If the earth is not there, environment is possible.
No.
No.
So where is your finger now?
In space.
In space. Is space possible without sun, moon, solar system, and galaxy?
No.
So where is your finger now?
In the
It's
galaxy.
in the galaxy.
See, it's a completely connected whole.
Yes, sir.
Okay. For our transaction purpose, we cut into some small pieces.
Yes, sir.
It's one reality called Saguna Brahma.
Yeah.
Entire universe. So
Mm.
we cannot cut into two there. So now
Yes, sir.
we cannot say universe and Brahma, consciousness is different because you cannot separate out. There's no way you can separate out.
Mm.
Can you separate out water from the wave?
No.
So similarly, The creator, if it's consciousness and
Hmm.
creation is the world, you cannot separate out water and wave.
Yes, sir.
But for practical purpose, we'll say separate. And your understanding that potter and pot was a very good example. Potter is Brahman, pot is Brahman. That's why it's everything is Brahman. That's what you said.
Yeah.
It's a good example. Good understanding. Right?
Thank you.
But in reality, entire universe, we are just separating out by name and form. There's nothing else is there. Name and form only is cutting it out.
Yes, sir.
So now let me ask you another question.
Hmm.
Okay. Flower,
I'll bring. Sorry.
So basically, we are getting confused by giving the name and form.
Yes, sir.
Name and form is very useful. We have to say Mega Kurva, then we have name. It's useful for you to call Mega Kurva. Otherwise, this person will start answering, who is the Saravanan. Okay. Now this is a flower. Is there something called flower?
No, that is the label that we have given to it.
But what is here?
What that is the flower, the artificial flower.
Okay. What? Let's say imagine this is a real flower. So is there something called flower?
No.
Why? What you are saying? You will buy the flower and you say the flower is not there. Is that flower or not?
That is just the name that we have given so that we can know that it is something.
But what is there? Is there something out there?
Yeah,
What is there?
the thing that you're holding.
But is it a flower? Is there something called flower really?
No,
Then what is there? You have to tell me what is there.
that is a creation by Brahman.
I mean, there is something called Brahman and creation. There are two things.
No,
Then what is there?
the creator itself.
Okay. See, the flower, before it was flower, there's a plant.
Yeah,
Plant took the mud and sunlight and created a seed, and seed became a flower. And flower gradually is there, it blooms, and it wilts, and it becomes rotten, and it goes back to soil.
yes, sir.
Correct, no?
Yeah,
So flower is something which is continuously changing. From mud to
Yeah.
seed to flower to again mud.
yeah, everything is soil itself.
Everything is soil itself. It's appearing in different forms.
Yeah.
So it's like a wave. It's the energy wave.
Hmm.
The wave has no shape. It's just continuously changing.
Yes, sir.
At some point, we cut that one, take one photo and call it as a flower.
Yeah,
Right? It's like a movie, continuously changing movie.
yes, sir.
And we are taking one picture of that and say it's a flower.
Yeah.
Is it fair?
No.
We cannot record a movie. Our mind is not capable of recording a movie. It's so big, from seed to plant to flower. Mind only says I can record only photo and call it as flower.
Yes,
And
sir.
we feel if as a flower is there, but there's no flower there. It's only energy movement is there.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Hmm.
So for example, forget a flower. Is there somebody called Mega Kurva?
No.
Mega Kurva is energy pattern.
Yes, sir.
What was before Mega Kurva was born? Mega Kurva was not. It was a consciousness. So
Yeah.
mother and father gave two seeds.
Yeah.
Okay, those two seeds came from mud.
Yes, sir.
Food. And the two seeds, it took the shape. The baby becomes grows, becomes old, disappears. So it's
Yeah.
a energy wave.
Yes, sir.
What to do? There's nobody called Mega Kurva. But if I say nobody's got Mega Kurva, we can't have discussion. For discussion purpose, we are having a Mega Kurva for moment. It's a snapshot
Yes.
of the energy wave.
Yes, sir.
So is there energy wave? Energy is nothing but Brahman only. So is there only
Yes.
Mega Kurva is there? Is there Mega Kurva? No, Brahman is there. If Brahman is there, I can't interact. So we have to have some fun. So that's why we are having names and forms.
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
Yes, sir. I'm very lucky to speak to you today. I was thinking I should come to Bangalore to meet you, sir, but
Which place are
you know,
you?
I'm from Mangalore.
Oh,
We
I'm
live
from
in.
Bangalore. I'm Prabhu.
Oh,
I'm from Kundapur.
my father's place was Kundapur.
Oh,
My father's place was Kundapur.
oh, okay. So,
Sir, I'm from Kundapur, sir.
Rupaji. You had been to Rupaji and Ramakrishna's place, no?
oh, okay, okay. Oh, you're Rupaji's sister.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. Ramakrishna, nice boy.
And Deepaji's daughter Megha
Ah,
is very active.
Oh,
in,
okay.
Many islands.
okay. So basically, the universe is nothing but a continuous moving show. There, some things we take and start saying that is real. It's not. It's just a picture snapshot.
Yes, sir.
So I started talking to Mega Kurwa 10 minutes back. Okay, 10 minutes back to Mega Kurwa. Now it's very changed actually. It is not the body has changed, mind has changed, intellect has changed.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Then who is Mega Kurwa? Is there somebody called Mega Kurwa?
No, sir.
It's Brahman only.
Yeah.
So Brahman is so smart and keeps on changing shapes. What to do? No, Mega Kurwa and Brahman, there are two things. No, that's also not there. Okay, Vijay.
Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Any other questions? We are very lucky.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Rupaji, Shilpakalaji, Arjunji is also there. He is traveling.
Ah.
No, actually, the principle of oneness can be very clearly seen with this
Oneness
continuity.
is not there.
One or
Oneness is there when you say two-ness is there.
two-ness is there. Okay.
When two itself is not there, then where is oneness?
One. There is no other. Yeah.
So you can say oneness when the two-ness is there.
Mm.
So that's why when Advaita means no two-ness. It doesn't say about oneness.
No other. Mm.
Even two-ness is a concept. Oneness is a concept.
Mm. Yeah, creator, creation. Sure.
Okay. Rupaji or Shilpakala or Arjun, any questions?
No questions, but Prabhuji, it's very good to see you, to interact with you like that. We have seen your videos, seen your recorded videos,
Yeah.
but to actually, to be able to interact to you is, it's very amazing. Feel
So,
very lucky.
where are you based?
I'm from Mumbai.
Oh, you're from Mumbai. Okay.
Yes.
Are you able to see me?
Yeah, right now I'm able to see you.
Ah, is this body me?
Uh,
Huh?
it's Prabhuji, we all are energies in different shape and forms.
So, are you able to see me? Simple question.
I can see shape and form called Prabhuji.
Shape and form momentarily, because by the time you see it's already changed.
Yes.
Huh? So, have you ever
Yes.
seen anybody?
I'm in the illusion that I've seen.
So even the seer and the seen are changing.
Seer and seer both are changing. What to do? Who sees
Yes.
whom? 1 second before you said, I saw you, right?
Yes.
The I who you saw, which is your body mind complex, has changed.
Yes.
And one who is seen is also changed. Then who has seen whom?
I don't know how to answer this.
So when you say, I don't know what to say, who doesn't know?
Prabhuji, the form I identify myself with.
the form which you identify yourself, then who are you?
So I am energy. I am like everyone.
How
I'm
many?
no different.
When you say everyone, how many ones are there?
Only one is not everyone. Only one.
See, our language is there, no? That is the Maya.
Yes.
Our language creates an illusion.
Yes. True.
Okay, wonderful. Rupaji, any questions?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, how is Ramakrishna doing?
He's fine. He's okay. Doing good.
Okay, back to Vijayji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So, Rupaji, are we done with these 5 questions then? Is there anything more you would like to add here?
No, sir.
Okay. All right.
Sir, Megha wants to speak to Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Megha wants to speak to you. Deepaji's daughter. That is Deepaji's daughter.
Oh, okay. So, Megha Kudwa, how are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Wonderful to see you in so many programs. So, we have a treasure hunt in Janmashtami day. Are you coming?
No, it's too far.
Why? You can come fly. So, what are you studying? What standard are you studying?
Now it's 6th.
6th. Okay, very nice. Very nice to see you and participate in more ILEAD programs and become more big leader. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All the best. Okay.
Ramakrishna would be jealous today.
Oh, yeah. Last time when I met Ramakrishna,
Yeah.
he told me he got one shield. Okay. He said my cousin or my Megha got jealous of that. That's why she joined ILEAD. He said.
Welcome to join the league. Don't trophy.
He's not at home. Otherwise, he would have also come to meet.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Hari Om, sir.
Great. So, if there are no more questions, then we can end our today's contemplation. I'll just end the contemplation.